Hi and welcome to another video. Today's topic is Starfield, which I got from Xbox Game Pass. It's here. And we look into performance. Let's open text file. So what we'll do is Starfield. Starfield, a little bit larger. It's okay. Starfield. Yeah, Starfield. So nice game. I had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, we'll look at performance today. Then we'll discuss mods, um, to improve our performance, to improve our visuals. Then we'll do a little bit talk about performance. In the game. So we will take actual footage and compare the different settings. So let's start then. First of all, I will link all mods in the description, so you won't have to search for them. And let's start with the basics. So Starfield is in Game Pass now, and it's around 10 euros a month. So it's a very good offer, and I ordered 3 months at once. I don't know how long I will be playing Starfield, but there are a ton of other good games in the Game Pass. So where to start? Let's delete this now. Let's take it to the backup folder. And yeah, this too. So backup folder, okay. So we go to Nexus mod first. Nexus mods. And this is our first mod. And, where do I see my mods? My mods. Community, no mods. Download history, here it is. So Starfield frame generation. We have the RTX 4060 mobile. So we will be using DLSS frame generation instead of FSR2, which the games comes equipped with. And you can use it to use FSR to use DLSS2 also. So if you don't have an RTX 40 card, you can use DLSS3, but with no frame generation. Keep that in mind. So 2000 series, 3000 series, you can't use the frame generation. So to use it, you must have an RTX 4000 card. But I think many of you will have an RTX 4000 card. But for those who haven't, I will show you how to use this mod with just DLSS3 without frame generation. So first mod, next mod. So neutral LUTs. This Starfield frame generation mod has currently bugs that you can't use this reshade profiles. So reshade is an injector which you can use to enhance graphics and hook some graphical plugins and some graphical scripts which will be run on your GPU. And the reshade won't work with the Game Pass version in the current state. Maybe there will be an update soon from Luke FC. So credits for him for supporting such a well-built mod. But yeah, currently with Game Pass, it has errors that you can't use reshade. But if you got the Steam version, you can use reshade. So no problems there. Okay. So the neutral LUTs, what will they do? They will enhance the color grading in the game. So here is a before image and here's an after image. So in Starfield, it's normal that the environment, that the color shading of your screen to the surrounding color, but the effect is a little bit too heavy for me. So I will use this mod to increase the color quality, so to say, and to increase the contrast. The other way you can do this is by using reshade, and there are plenty of presets where you can do the same thing, but I couldn't get it to run. So I had to use this neutral LUTs, which are just textures which you copy in a specific folder, and then you invalidate the data. So the Starfield game in Xbox can then load everything and display it correctly. So yeah, each of these mods will have a description, of course, but I'll show you the installation what I did to make it run with the Xbox Game Pass version. And as I understand, the Xbox Game Pass version is not so well modifiable like the Steam version. So keep that in mind. But if you have no other choice, you must go with the Xbox Game Pass version. If you don't want to spend 60 euros or so. So the next mod we'll look at is the Starfield performance optimization. So in Starfield, there are ini files which configure the graphic settings that you can select in the game. And you just downloaded the graphical settings and then you slide the slider to high, to ultra, and so on. And you will get around 10% more GPU performance when GPU bound, he says. So this is for the ultra optimized, and for the high preset, for example, you can get around 5 to 10% of frames when you're GPU limited. And also you get around 5% more CPU performance out of it. So do not install with Vortex. Yeah, I think that when we use this presets, we are not allowed to use it with Vortex. And this concerns the Steam version. So I'm on Game Pass. And I think I can't use Vertex, but I may be wrong. Okay. So where to start? We start with the Starfield performance optimizations. So the simplest thing we can do, we can go to download folder, and where is it? So we need to be logged in Nexus Mods, and then we go to files and manual download. And when we download it, the presets that we're interested in may be ultra optimized or a high preset optimized. So I went with the high preset optimized. So we got this ini. Wait a moment. I will show you the no, it's not here. I'll show you the hidden the hidden file extensions. Where is it? Here. Okay. No, it's not this one. It's this one. This one. So we enabled the file extensions, so we always see what file extension a certain file has, just instead of the name. And yes, this is an ini, so configuration file. It's just a basic text file. And what we do then is we go to our Starfield folder. It's on C, Xbox games. Maybe you install it on another drive, so it's D, Xbox games, and so on. So C, Xbox games, Starfield. Then content. And the high preset is shipped within the game. So what's very important is that you rename it or you backup it to something else. So we use high old.ini. So we don't lose the default setting. When we want to revert to the default high setting, we can do it by deleting the new high settings that we paste here and renaming this file back, so no problem. Yeah, let's move on. So hi ini. Yeah, then we have to make the font smaller, not so small. And it's got a whole lot of settings, and the settings are optimized. So this means they're lowering the quality just a tad. It's not noticeable, but the performance will increase. And what I can demonstrate to you is that on high, the FSR2 quality always defaults to 62%, and I don't like it, so I do quality FSR2 preset at 75%. Then I hit Control S to save, and I'm done. So let's see if this setting has an effect. So we start the game. Oh yeah, and keep in mind, these videos are never scripted, so I have to think twice, and it's taking me a little bit longer because I'm not a native English speaker. So excuse me. So press any buttons to start. Okay, we go to settings. Actually, I would like to change the audio. Voice English, perfect. Yeah, then we go to display and we have resolution scale at 100%. Because I use the custom resolution scale. So we go to ultra, resolution scale 75. But we changed high to 75. So we go to high and it's 75. So what we put in this ini has actually an effect. You can test the ini by changing some values and see if it has an effect or so. So always pretty nice to see if something works out actually. So next mod we will be looking into is the FSR2, which is on by default to DLSS mod. So basically we will delegate all calls to FSR2 to a certain DLL which includes DLSS3. And yeah, then we will quit to desktop, yes. And we go on. So what we got here, we need to use the FSR2 Streamline mod, which is this Starfield frame generation mod, replacing FSR2 with DLSS-G, DLSS frame generation. I'll show you how to use DLSS3 without frame generation in a moment, so stay tuned. So we download the FSR2, the newest version, the Streamline version. It's got new updates. It's always nice. Maybe the Game Pass version will now work with this reshade stuff. And the dialogue already says it that we have to download DLSS DLL and DLSS3 DLL. But we hit download, and maybe we have to download this later. I'll see. So we downloaded actually. Downloads is pretty fast because it's pretty small. The file size is pretty small. So FSR2 Streamline. Then we extract it to this folder maybe. And once we've extracted it, then we go to our content folder in Starfield. This also applies to the Steam version, but of course the folder structure may be different, so read carefully the description of the mods. And then we paste this FSR2 Streamline ASI, win mmdll, win mm.ini. We paste it to the content folder, replace, because I've already done it. And we take the Streamline folder and replace it to. So in the beginning there is no Streamline folder. Keep that in mind. So yeah. Now what we got in the Streamline folder? We got the SL common, DLSS3, whatever DLLs, which are injected by the engine then. What we need is this NVNGX DLL and this NVNGX DLSSG. These are DLSS files that NVIDIA provides, or maybe just another guy, so no problem. We go to the Nexus mod, go to manual download, and then we click on DLSSG with control, so it opens a new tab. And yeah, Tech Power Up does the hosting actually. So we then download it. We repeat with the DLSSG file. We then download it. Yep. So we got DLSS ready. We have to download DLSS. So it's in downloads. And yep. Yeah, I actually already have these. So when the file, the RAR file or zip file, whatever, is decompressed, we just take the nvngx DLSSG alongside with the other files that we need to the Streamline folder. Here it goes. And yep, Streamline. Yeah, download. So we then take the DLSS, DLL, and to Streamline. And then we paste it, of course, to the Xbox Starfield folder. It's just open a new one. So C Xbox game Starfield content. And what's important, we have to paste everything that we downloaded into the Streamline folder then. So yeah, replace it. Yeah, and we got our new files. So we then close all these windows. We don't need them. And we go to Starfield and try to run it. So promising a result. Starfield is starting. So we press any button, then continue, hit E. So actually I will be double assuring that we are recording, no drop frames, perfect. So we go to the Starfield and show our performance metric. So we got 133 FPS around about, 120, okay, around about 130 FPS. We don't move the mouse and exit, quit to desktop. So if we would move too far, or we would move the mouse, then the problem would be that the results wouldn't be comparable. So save game loaded and then see how many FPS we got. So we go to our Starfield folder, Xbox game Starfield. So if you don't like this mod or want to compare the performance differences, you can go into this config.json, then open with editor, and then here you can do some kind of presetting. So that's always nice, and this file will be auto-generated the first time the game actually loads. So when we go to this config.json, we use maybe a different DLSS mode or a different DLSS preset, but we'll keep it on default first. And dynamic resolution enabled. This means that we are using actually DLSS3 without frame generation to upscale the actual frames, like classical DLSS would do, and then enable frame generation. We enable frame generation for RTX 4000 cards. So if you don't have an RTX 4000 cards, you just put in false, and frame generation will no longer be applied. So then we can start Starfield. Sorry. And performance should be much lower than 130 FPS, like we saw. Keep it in mind that the scene where I'm at is GPU bound, and it's not CPU heavy, so performance may differ. And the scene is not very heavy to run on GPU, so the performance will always be high in those scenes. And yeah, we got 72 FPS, so we almost doubled the FPS with frame generation. And this 75 FPS are with DLSS3 upscaling running. So if we disable FSR2, so our performance will decrease also. So we got 72 previously, and with quality upscaling we got we got 66 FPS now, and with quality upscaling we got 72. So it's a nice performance bump. But yeah, the frame generation stuff is working very well with a little noticeable input lag compared to native high FPS. But since we are baselining 70 FPS, okay, 64 FPS, maybe this doesn't always work like that. Oh, okay, settings, display, FSR2 on. Yeah, okay, dynamic resolution must be off, and this must be to 75, like we use in the high presets. So high presets, dynamic resolution off. So now we must hover around 72 FPS. Okay, so DLSS3 upscaling is working, just fine. And yeah, so you got with quality upscaling, with DLSS quality, you got around what 10-15% more FPS. And with frame generation, you basically double it. But when you're playing, actually the reflex will kick in and reduce your input latency by, I don't know, magic tricks, who knows. And when the latency is reduced, then on top of it you get more FPS, but this more FPS will not be better in terms of input lag than this basic 72 FPS that we got here. So I hope that was understandable, and we exit the game. So that was our DLSS3 injection mod. And yep. So we got the frame generation mod, and we got the mm, performance profile covered, and we got the neutral LUTs. So we must speak about the neutral LUTs, the natural LUTs. LUTs, what's LUTs? I don't know. So neutral LUTs. To improve the image quality, this is having no performance hits because we are just exchanging the textures, and yeah, that's basically it, because the textures are in the game pre-installed and we can just replace them, and so there's no performance hit, but the visuals are much better. And I already have it activated. I will just show you in a short period of time how to install this mod. So we go to files, then we need the main files, neutral LUTs, no color filters. So color filters are not allowed anymore. So we download it, download whatever. Then we got this RAR file. We can open it with WinRAR. And we go to downloads, and this is the neutral LUTs. Okay. So we extract them. So extract files. Yes. And here they are. So we take this data and we go to C, user, your username, and then we go to documents, my games, Starfield, and just paste this files that we got in the copy bag, so to say, here. Then we replace these files. Yes. In the first run, you won't replace any files. But I already modded the game, so these files are present here. So the files in question are the data, textures, effects, LUTs. So if you don't like this mod, just delete this LUT folder. And to use these textures, these LUTs in game, we need to go to the one moment, I forgot how it's called, the Starfield ini. So then we just put this string b invalidate all the files equals to 1. It's in the description of the mod actually, so no problems to look after it. Under this archive tag. So what it will do, it will invalidate older files. So if we got something in this folder in user settings, um, it will load these files and overwrite the existing files in the Starfield's game folder. And yeah, here you have it. Mods, performance, and what did I forget? Yeah, we did the sample stuff, we did the performance stuff, we talked about the current limits, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.